I am Westminster ruler from the parish of the Transfiguration of our Lord. When Christ was living on earth, he had 12 disciples that he loved a lot. After feeding the 5,000 with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, he sent the 12 disciples across the Sea of Galilee in a boat whilst he dismissed the crowd. Christ then went up on the mountainside by himself to pray. Now I want you to close your eyes and imagine you were on that boat with the disciples, crossing the Sea of Galilee. Imagine the wind beginning to blow strongly and large waves beginning to form. Suddenly, one of the disciples sees something that looks like a man coming close to them, walking on the water. He tells the other disciples, and they are all afraid because they think it is a ghost. You can now open your eyes. How would you be feeling if you were on that boat? Scared? Afraid? Frightened? Imagine now that man on the water speaks to you and says, "Do not be afraid. I am Christ." Hearing it is Christ, how would you be feeling now? Safe? Relieved? Happy? One of the disciples called Peter, then said, "Lord, if it is you, let me walk on the water and come to you." And Christ said, "Come." Peter stepped out of the boat and began to walk to Christ, and walked on the water as if it were land. But after a while, he looked around at the waves and became afraid. He started to sink and shouted, "Help me, Christ." Christ reached out his hand and caught Peter and lifted him up again. And he said to him, "Peter, why did you not trust me? I would never let you sink. You did not have to be afraid." And they both went back to the boat and climbed in. When they climbed in, the wind died down and the sea was calm again. Those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." I want to ask you, are there moments when we are afraid just like Peter? For example, when we are in the dark? When we swim, we are scared of sharks? Or when we hear thunder, we become nervous? Can you think of some other examples? We are all afraid of different things. However, we should remember someone who is always with us. We should remember God. No matter where we are or what we are afraid of, God is always there to protect us. When Peter was walking on water, he remembered Christ was with him. But when he became distracted by the waves, He focused on his fear of drowning. He forgot Christ was with him. Therefore, we should trust and have faith in God. With him, there is no need to be afraid. That's the end of today's lesson. I think we can all learn the same lesson as St. Peter and the disciples did. We should always remember God, especially when we are scared and afraid. We should not lose hope, but rather have faith in him. Don't forget to complete the activities and break the code to find out what we must always do. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next time.